Like I say, used to be.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a meeting of the Council of the City of Long Beach held Tuesday, January 20th at 7 p.m. We'll have a roll call. Councilmember Johnson?
Present.
Councilmember Ennis?
Present.
Councilmember Reinhardt?
Here.
Councilmember Fiamara? Here. President Finn?
Present.
Let the record indicate the presence of City Manager Dan Creighton and Corporation Counsel Gregory Kalnitsky. We will now have a salute to the flag.
We'd like to ask our new Corporation Counsel to lead us in the pledge.
Thank you. Hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome, everybody, to our second meeting of January. It's a beautiful night out there. We have a lot of people here, so Long Beach people are hardy. Thank you for coming. We'll get to the city manager's report, please.
Thank you, Brennan. So good evening, everyone, and I'd like to once again thank you for coming out tonight on this very frigid evening. I'd like to start out by thanking everyone who came out for yesterday's Martin Luther King Jr. commemorative march and celebration. It was a chilly day, but both the march and the celebration were extremely well attended. Dr. King was a strong advocate for community service, and in that vein, I'd encourage anyone interested to reach out to the MLK Center to have a conversation about how you can volunteer or support their mission. They're an important organization doing crucial work for our community, so please do what you can to help. In that same regard, this past weekend was our Long Beach Auxiliary Police Awards Luncheon. Congratulations to all that were recognized, particular Officer Alex Barnich, who was recognized for his second year of volunteering over 300 hours to the department. Thank you so much. Also to Captain Benny Moses for his fourth year of volunteering over 300 hours to the department and having volunteered more than 1,500 hours since joining the department. Thank you. I'd also like to recognize our newest member of the Auxiliary Department over here in the hat, is Renee. Thank you, Renee, for volunteering for the city. Much appreciated. We can't thank the Auxiliary Police Department enough for all that they do for the city. For an outrageous amount of money, they do a lot of work for us. They are our eyes and ears. They're the true definition of service to our community. And if you know anyone interested in becoming an auxiliary officer, please have them reach out to City Hall, and we'll do what we can to get them on board. Thank you to all the officers for everything they do for this great city. Thank you again.
Thank you.
In that same regard, for Martin Luther King, a big part of his message was volunteering. We have other opportunities in the city. There are always boards and commissions. There's the soup kitchen, and there's a few soup kitchens around Long Beach. It would be nice to see if anyone has time and they need, want to do something good for the community, please reach out to those organizations. I know Long Beach Soup Kitchen can always use some help, so it'd be good if anybody has time, please volunteer. Looking forward, we're tracking the weather system that could bring a plowable amount of snow this coming weekend, followed by a significant period of cold weather. While it's still too early to know what the impacts of the storm may or may not be, now's a good time to make sure you're signed up for the city's emergency notification system. Signing up means you'll get emails, texts, and calls in the event of a snow emergency or any other significant public safety risk. To sign up, please visit longbeachny.gov/notifications. I guess they're on it already. Lastly, just a quick reminder that the Snowflake Run will take place on Saturday, February 7th, and the annual Polar Bear Splash will take place at a new time at 11 a.m. on Sunday, February 8th. More of both of these will be discussed at our next council meeting on February 3rd. So that being said, I'll conclude my city manager report, and thank you, Brendan.
Thank you, Dan. Let's get on with the meeting, please. Carrie.
Item number 1 is a resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase a time and attendance camera system.
So she read off the first one? You read off first one? All right. Sorry, I can't pay attention with all the noise going on in the crowd. For years, the city utilized paper sheets to sign employees in and out of work. Seriously, could you stop with the phone? Okay. We'll turn it off. Okay. Anyway, for years, the city has utilized paper sheets to sign employees in and out of work. Last year, in partnership with the CSEA, we implemented an electronic time clock system as agreed to as part of the contract with our labor partners. The purchase and installation of time clock cameras is the final implementation step of the system. This agenda item would allow the police department to engage with Versig to install 15 network cameras at all locations where there are time clocks currently installed. Commissioner DePalma is here if there are any questions.
Okay, do we have questions and comments from the council?
I'll just say, Commissioner, can you just explain give us a little bit of background on how you guys would monitor and usage, et cetera?
It's not a police matter, these cameras, but we are the custodian of the camera system for the city. So it's not like it's not the police monitoring our employees. If there's an issue, we can go back to the video cameras. This Versig is a company that we've been dealing with the past few years. They've had a lot of technology upgrades with the city's camera infrastructure system. And this is just furthering our relationship with Versig and adding some more cameras in locations where the time clocks are.
Yeah, Mike, just to add, these are not to be used to monitor employees. These are to be used just in case there's something that happens in the area that, say they get bashed off the wall or something like that. But it's not meant to be monitoring, what people are doing.
Good question.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions in the council? I had that question as well. How long do you think it'll take to do that?
We're ready to go. So hopefully, construction, but hopefully it can get done within the next couple of weeks. But it all depends on the company.
I think we still have to purchase them, right? I think purchasing will take a few weeks, and then we have to install them. So to get all 15 in, it will probably take at least a month or two.
At a month, yeah.
likely.
Okay.
Yep.
We have questions or comments from the public? What's your name?
Hope you're feeling good,
tan,
Roy.
I'll say that.
Roy Lester. I'm a little confused on this because it is a police department expenditure, but the police department is theoretically only putting them in.
Yes.
That we just
They're
asked that
installing
question.
them, but yet we're paying the company to install them.
Yes, but it's coming out of the police department budget.
Why?
Well, the police department is basically has all the camera infrastructure within our department. So we're adding to the infrastructure that's already existing. We're keeping all the technology the same brand, and we're using the same company.
So the police department is in charge of all the cameras in town?
Well, in coordination with IT and also the city manager's office, but they're housed in the police department.
Traditionally, the police department didn't pay for all the cameras in town.
Well, we are in this case because we've had the police department has had a long relationship with Versig. And we're continuing our infrastructure that we already built out with whether it be the boardwalk cameras, the city hall cameras, and the other projects that we've invested in.
So the purpose of the cameras, Dan just said they did it, make sure that nothing happens there, but they're not to check the employees in to make sure nobody.
Can you guys
Well,
hear him?
The police department isn't
You
actively.
can't hear him?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Am I not loud enough?
They usually yell, but they didn't this time, so I just wanted to make sure everything was all right.
They yell at you.
So if you want, Roy, I could touch on that if you want, Rich. So the cameras are to be used only if there's a crime that has taken place in the area. So like, let's say the cameras, the time clocks are removed, stolen, et cetera. So the right place for this to be put in is in the the police department budget. So, they are to be used for crimes, not for
Okay, because
daily inspection of people signing in and out.
It says it desires to purchase time and attendance camera system. So that doesn't mean attendance or time, it just means crime?
So the cameras are not taking time and attendance. The time clocks are taking time and attendance. These are to be put at each time and attendance location.
To make sure there are no crimes.
to make sure that there are no crimes. Crimes are pretty an all-encompassing thing. You know, there are times where, you know, people don't like time clocks necessarily and take a bat and smash them off the wall. I mean, that's something we don't expect. I mean, this isn't a, we have an agreement with CSA to put these in.
How many times?
But it is a
Has that
worry.
happened?
There's been some removed in the past.
How often?
We just put time clocks in, so there's only been one that was put up.
So in the past, when you say in the past, what do you mean?
I mean, in other locations, other places I've worked, other people, you know, there's time clocks put in more than just in Long Beach.
I'm just questioning spending $26,000 to protect a $400 camera, but
Well,
whatever.
there's many of them.
What?
There
I
are
don't
many
think the cameras are going to be installing the cameras. I think they're going to be watching the time clock system, which I believe is considerably more expensive.
Okay. The other thing is, we're putting in 15 cameras, but we're paying for 96 installations. Why?
It should be 15 for 15. I don't see, that must be in the backup. Rich, does that include, is that the backup for all of the cameras being put in City Hall and everything else?
Yeah.
Because in the resolution, I don't see it.
This is the backup, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. The
So-
first line is 15, right? 15, 15.
so it's the installation, so I'm guessing that's 96 hours?
Yeah, go back, go down. So if you look, there's 15 items.
Yeah, there are 15 cameras, there are 15 expert device licenses. We have to license each of these cameras. Is that a yearly fee?
The 96, I believe, installation of video camera equipment's the line where you see quantity of 96. I believe that's the hours that it's going to take them to install them.
Hours, okay. 141 an hour? Now, these are nighttime cameras too, right?
Which,
Yes, they will be able to see in the dark.
But it says the customer will provide adequate illumination under all operational conditions? How are you providing adequate illumination during nighttime?
So nighttime cameras are, what happens is the technology basically, for lack of a better way of putting it, reverts to almost black and white,
Yeah.
for nighttime vision. But if you have adequate illumination, everything is color.
So, okay, thank you.
welcome.
Thank you. Any other questions from the public? Yes. Do you want to call it in? I'm kidding.
Are these cameras going to be on individual streets, so we don't know where they are? Is that,
No. This
No,
this is for monitoring the time clocks that are installed in city property.
Employees are currently required to sign in through a time clock system. These cameras will be at the time clock locations.
So the cameras are just used to protect the equipment.
okay,
It's
thank you.
pretty standard in most places.
I thought maybe you were adding more of these clocks or cameras to catch people doing the wrong thing
I hope
on
not.
the street. Not that I want them to be doing it, but I know that they are doing it.
Who?
For instance, if there was one near my house, I would have known exactly who the person was that removed signs
resist
from
sign?
my lawn.
We don't have cameras throughout the city to catch
You
people
have them
doing
in
stuff.
certain places.
Rich,
Correct. We do have some cameras in the boardwalk areas
boardwalk,
where we get mass gatherings, where
Yes.
large amount of people congregate, but on
Yes.
residential streets, we typically don't have any.
Well, I'll ask you privately so I don't publicize what I was going to think.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah, great.
Sure.
Thank you. Bring down the cone of silence on that. Any other questions from the public? Thank you very much. Oh, no. Okay, we'll close that one then.
Item number 2 is a resolution authorizing the city manager to renew the Enterprise Resource Planning Agreement for the city's Munis system.
Okay, so Munis is the online system utilized by the city to manage our finances, human resources, payroll, procurement, and our recently implemented time and attendance system. This item is our annual subscription for these services. It's a one-year subscription that will automatically renew with minor increases unless the city opts out. Al Perez is here if you have any further questions. I believe I saw him here.
Yeah, I'll see you. Yeah. Okay,
May need Ina as well, just in case.
yeah, I'm just going to ask a question about, it's our annual rate. How many, you haven't been here a long time, but how many years have we been using Munis, would you say?
When we
30 years. Okay. Any other questions from the council?
No, I think you just answered my question. I was going to say, this is, I mean, unless there's a drastic increase in the cost, unless there's a drastic increase in the
See?
cost, what I'm not aware of, I think it's the same thing we do every year, and Ina just answered it for 30 years.
Right.
I don't know if there's much to
Okay.
talk about.
Yep.
I don't want to ask what they were charging 30 years ago. Not that Ina would know. Any questions, any other questions from the council? Questions from the public? Comments? All right, thank you very much, Al.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you, Al.
we'll close that one then, please.
Item number 3 is a resolution authorizing the city manager to renew an Enterprise Assessment and Tax SAAS maintenance agreement.
So similar to the previous item, but specific, this item is specific to the platform utilized by our tax assessor. We are in year 3 of a 5-year subscription. So this has been being used again, and I have Al here if you have any further questions. I don't know if Ray, we have Ray here.
Isn't he doing
They're doing the tax assessment today,
Right,
so I
yeah,
don't think he's here.
Right. We could go get him.
If we need to.
He's in hearing
questions.
Okay, we have questions from the council.
I'm presuming this cost goes up slightly every year, like everything else, would be my guess.
Yes. Al, do you know the increase this year compared to last year? I think it's in the backup.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
I don't have the backup printed for me. Al, do you know the increase this year over last year?
I don't, but I was advised that the dollar amount increase was nominal.
Okay.
Thanks.
Question from the public? Yes.
Good evening, Eileen Hessian. It's
Good evening.
not a question, it's a comment.
Okay.
When I looked at the documents, I saw that they were signed by Christy Hightower in 2017 and the City Council from 2023. I didn't see 2025 or 26 anywhere on the documents.
Yeah, this is year 3 of a 5-year contract, so it would have been this 26 if it was signed in 23. This is year 3. 3 years onto 23 would be 26.
And the amendments that were signed by Christy would be okay, even though that was 2017?
John, you have that?
Does she still work for us?
Those were, as Ina stated, so the documents that Christie signed for were specific to Munis, not the tax assessment software. The tax assessment software was new to the city 2 years ago. This is year 3 of our agreement with them. And there's 2 more years in it. It was the memo request is where the step increases are, George. But Christie, that was back up for when we entered into an agreement with them in 2007, you said, or 17? It's when we originally entered into agreement with them. So it was back up for a couple of
I'm
contracts.
just looking at some of the things that, like in the next one, I know we're not talking about the next one, it's $2 off, you know. It's not 178, it's 176. So, or the other way around.
Thank you. That was number 4 you were talking about? Eileen, number 4? It should be 34,178. All right, thank you. All right. Any other question from the public? Any comments? All right, thank you very much, Al. We'll close that. Kerry, please.
Item number 4 is a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with Lexipol for policy management services.
Okay, in our ongoing efforts to modernize city functions, the fire department is seeking to enter into an agreement with Lexipol to digitize and improve access to departmental procedures, manuals, orders, and daily training bulletins. Lexipol is a centralized digital platform that will enhance safety, improve efficiency, and ensure compliance with evolving laws and best practices. Our police department currently uses Lexipol with good results. The initial implementation of subscription fee is $32,528. The annual subscription cost thereafter would be just under $8,900. Funds are available in the contracted services budget line, and Commissioner Miller is here if there are any further questions.
I got a question, Joe. Do you know anybody else who lives on Internet Boulevard in Frisco, Texas? That's quite an address.
No, but if you want to send me, I'll go investigate.
Yeah. Could you explain a little bit more about what this is going to provide?
What they'll do is they'll take our current manual, which is not completely done, all the other paperwork that's associated with the fire department, all our procedures, when it comes to whether it's
Orders, training.
yeah, well, the training, anything else like child protective services, when we deal with things like that, with EMS calls, they'll put it all together, they'll review it, bring it up to date for federal, state.
Compliance?
Yeah, and then what they'll do is put it all together for us, update the things that we're missing in it, and then send it to us for review. We agree to what the procedure is, if it hasn't been done already, and they put it all together, they put it into a internet-based application where we can access it anytime by phone or by computer.
Right.
Our members then will be given access to review all these manuals, procedures, anything else they can go to at any time when they need to, whether on the scene, in training, and they'll keep it up to date, plus issue training bulletins. I spoke with Commissioner De Palma about their use of it. They were very happy with it. We'll be able to check when members are actually looking. If we get a new procedure, we send it out to everyone. We can watch and make sure that everyone's reading it, and it gives us notifications when they do. So we'll be able to do all that instead of what we've been doing for the last 100 years by hand.
Right. Is this industry standard at this point? Everybody's moving to that?
absolutely.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Mike?
Well, actually, you answered it a little bit, Joe. I was going to ask Commissioner De Palma, it's user-friendly, it's been successful in the police department. Obviously, you've recommended it.
Absolutely. It's a great product. It has all the best practices, and all the legal changes come to us automatically. We read it, we click a button, and our policy is updated. It's great.
So no more carrying a patrol guide in the car?
Yeah,
That's
and no
all-
more
that's all?
crossing out and putting lines,
other
and
uses for
changing
patrol
three
guide.
words, and yeah. So it's great. We love it.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
It's already been answered. Thank you.
Questions or comments from the public? No, we have one. Not necessarily.
All right.
It's just commenting on your tan.
Rich, what do you guys pay for this, your manual? Sorry.
You say it's so nice, though.
I don't know off the top of my head. I'll have to check for you.
Even close?
Off the top of my head, I don't want to give you a wrong guess. I have an idea in my head, but
What,
in
the
case
price?
I'm wrong, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just curious
Yeah,
what the
right.
police pay
Yeah.
as opposed to.
It's probably more.
We can get that, we'll get that information.
I mean, you got more members.
And we have
you got-
a
That's why
very
I'm
lengthy
wondering
patrol
what-
guide as well.
What they pay.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah, I
That's the
agree.
question. What does that mean, fireful implementation?
Joe?
I'm sorry.
Fireful implementation, that's the most expensive part of this, 22,000.
That's transferring everything that we have done by hand. We have to send to them, and they'll insert it into their computer system, and they have to pretty much rewrite everything and transfer it all over.
Now, does Nassau County have something like this?
Nassau County itself?
Yes.
I know the police department
They have the
does.
fire academy, don't they?
The police department does. I don't know what the county itself has.
But don't they do our training? The fire academy is Nassau run, isn't it?
Yes, the fire academy itself.
And they don't have a policy, you don't know if they have a policy
The
manual?
fire academy we use is up in Westchester.
Well, no, we have both. We have the career go to Westchester for the fire academy for the 6 months.
Right.
The volunteers use the fire academy here for Nassau when we do our training, whether it's facility training or course training.
Sorry about that. I was just
They
talking paid guys.
document with the state and their hours that are done for that training. They don't do procedures. They don't put out manuals or anything else like that.
So Nassau has no procedures or manuals?
I didn't say that. I'm saying,
You said they don't
no,
do
I
it. said
the fire academy does not put that out.
Does Nassau?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, it would be great if we could piggyback on that and save ourselves a few tens of thousands of dollars. Now, it says that there are daily manuals, daily training bulletins, but the quantity is 30. What does that mean, the quantity is 30? It's you have 30 policy manuals, or it comes out daily only 30 times, or? Daily training bulletins.
30 annual fire policy manual and daily training bulletins.
Yeah.
Right, so,
No, that's in relation to how many people would have access to it. So
Oh,
you'd
okay.
have the career who have individual emails, the volunteers would be able to have one email that they can look through it.
so that, like if they're at the scene of a fire or an EMS situation, they can access some sort of training.
If needed, they weren't
protocols.
sure about something, or where they were supposed to go, or how they were supposed to do something, yes, technically, they could access it by phone or by the MDTs that we have in the
Yeah, I think it's a good
apparatus.
resource to have. I mean, I think it's a good resource to have.
Absolutely.
Definitely, but why, if everyone can access it, why do we need 30 of them?
Well, you don't think everybody should have their own?
I think if everybody can access it, you can go on the internet. You all can go on the internet. You know, if it's something like that, it's not
But
like,
I think
it's
you have
not
to
like
pay,
a
you have to
license.
pay for the license. I mean,
Right.
that's what you do.
Yeah, so I can understand paying for one, but why 30? We have more firemen, we have 200-something volunteers, right?
No.
How many?
150?
144.
Okay. So we don't
It's
have
close.
144, so I just don't understand the 30. I can understand if everybody had a license. I could understand if there were manuals, there were only 30 manuals. I'm just not sure what the 30
We have
means.
24 paid guys, right, Joe?
Correct.
We have 24 paid guys, so
So only the paid guys get the policy?
I don't know.
Both volunteer and
Yeah,
career
that's what I
get
thought.
access to it.
So you're saying why the arbitrary number of 30?
I don't know if it's arbitrary. I'm not saying it's arbitrary. I'm just wondering
It seemed
why.
like you were, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it is.
Yeah. I just don't understand it.
What
'Cause
what would you think would be a good number?
One.
All of them.
One?
One?
One if it's on the internet.
No, but you can't, no, that's why they're selling it. That's how they make money. I mean,
Well, it's
Rich.
I don't think it's a piece of software.
We would violate the license agreement if we shared it amongst
what I said.
ourselves. Yeah.
But, so you can only share it with 30 people? The license agreement is only for 30 people, not the 144
If you talk to the company,
volunteers?
they're gonna want everybody to have their own. They're gonna want everybody to have their own, right? So the police department, everybody has their own license for
Right.
it, every officer.
I understand that. That's why the number 30 is not making sense to me. All right, whatever. And then it gives them 2-minute training exercises?
That's part of the thing where they send out training bulletins daily for the members to read.
And are the members supposed to read them? I mean, is there any requirement that they read them, or?
They're encouraged to read them. There's no requirement.
Okay. All right, thank you.
all right, thank you. Any other comments from the public? All right, we'll close that. Thank you, Kerry. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Rich. Appreciate it.
Item number 5 is a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with the Lawrence Cedarhurst Fire Department.
Okay, so the city's fire department has been providing dispatching services to the Lawrence Cedarhurst Fire Department for the better part of 15 to 20 years. We are looking to enter into a new 5-year agreement with them to continue these services. This year's agreement would have Lawrence Cedarhurst compensating the city $27,000 for the services. It would increase modestly each of the next 4 years. This item brings income to the city and helps to offset the costs for equipment and salaries for dispatchers while not degrading our capacity to field emergency calls. Commissioner Miller is still here if you have any further questions.
I got a question, Joe. Just looking at the schedule of, I guess that's charges.
Yes.
So it just goes up like
3%.
Yeah. We've been doing this for a long time?
For Lawrence Cedarhurst, yes, they were one of the first ones that jumped on board when we started dispatching for the outside agencies. Their last one expired at the end of 25. They had a lower number, doing 1% increases. We were able to come to an agreement with them, raising it to a higher number with 3% increases.
This is helpful to the city, to us?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay. Any other questions?
No, it just looks to me like it's a good revenue source for the amount of time and manpower, I would imagine, doing the
Yes.
little amount of dispatches for that amount of money. It looks like a win for us, as just like guess.
They do about, anywhere from 12 to 2,000 calls a year, so it's not a little, but it just adds on to our dispatchers. Last year, we did 10,000 dispatching alarms between all the ones we do, Long Beach itself and the contracted ones, so we're very busy.
Could all be done. It could all be done from. Go ahead.
But I'm saying, but well worth the what we're getting back in return.
Yes, absolutely.
That's okay.
So they could do all the dispatcher from one spot. Doesn't have to be in a different place, or.
No, we do it all from here on the
Yeah.
third floor.
Right. Okay. Any other questions from the council? Okay. I read your mind, Mike. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, right, yeah, okay. Questions from the public? Comments from the public? Yes, I think I recognize you, too. It's old timers night. You're a young guy, though.
James Hodge, 95 East Fulton Street here in our great city. It's cold, but it's still nice and beautiful.
Cold is right.
Just wanted to always stand up and support our fire department. As I always say, we run out and they run in. And the commissioner and the chiefs and the fine job that they do and diligent job they do, always looking into things that will be to the best interests of the residents here. The volunteers and the paid working in collaboration to do whatever they can to save lives. And so I always just stand up to recognize the work that they do and in support. If they're putting it before us and it's a little money, then saving a life is most important. In the midst of whether it's even the policy before, the police commissioner said that each police officer had a link. And if all of the firemen had to have a link, if it would be to help our city, I would say give 142 if they needed a link. If it is something that will help our city, again, they're volunteering and our paid fire department, I will always stand up to support them in any way. So the commissioner just spoke on what it will do and how it will help and what it will save us in the long run, as Councilman McInnes said. And so I just wanted to rise to say, I stand in support of them.
Thanks.
Firemen, thank
you. I'm going to echo those comments myself. I think that both of our commissioners do a great job, and our fire department and our police department are excellent. And particularly the fire department right now, responding to stuff in a very timely manner and doing a great job. I agree with you, James. Thank you. I know. I didn't want you to faint on the way back down the aisle. Okay, any other questions or comments from the public? All right, we'll close that one.
Item number 6 is a resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase one Caterpillar 270 XPS skid steer loader under a Sourcewell contract.
So the Department of Public Works is seeking to purchase a new skid steer loader for the outside water department. The department's current skid loader is 15 years old and failing. The skid is a vital piece of equipment for the department, greatly increasing their efficiency. It is utilized whenever there's a water main break, as well as other projects throughout the city. The skid would be procured through a Sourcewell cooperative agreement at a cost of $81,843. Ken Arnold is here if you have any further questions.
Okay, any questions from the council?
Well, Ken, if you can just go through what it'll be used for and why we need this particular model to be the efficient way to go.
So a lot of our digging at the water transmission and other projects, there's a lot of hand digging. This machine will reduce hand digging. It's very small, it gets into tight locations, and it's very productive to get water main work done, snow removal, and the other projects that we have on our table to do.
Do we only have one skid steer?
We currently only have one, and it fails quite a bit.
And what?
And it fails quite a bit. It's out of
Right,
service quite
yep.
a bit.
You said 15
Yep.
years old.
Yep.
What's the normal age of retirement for a skid steer?
About little less than that.
Oh, so we've overextended our,
Yes.
right, okay. Anybody else have questions? Yeah,
Can that be used just by the water department, or can it be used by other departments?
Any of the department can ask to use it.
okay. Comments from the public? Okay.
Who's that?
I don't know how many hours.
Mike,
He wants to buy it. He's going to bring it to Puerto Rico with you. Get it on the plane, it's going to be tough, Roy.
Carry-on luggage. The new one, we have an extended warranty? We bought an extended warranty?
I'd have to check. with
Mike
the
Robinson, you want to come up?
It's in the backup. It says warranty and coverage, standard warranty 12 months, extended coverage 60 months, 2,000 hours. That's why I asked about the hours. I'm wondering, is 2,000 hours 6 months, or is 2,000 hours 60 months?
Mike, do you have any of that information in your data? Just checking. Yeah, that's why I want to see if he should have that.
I love the idea of an extended warranty. I'm just not sure if we bought it or not. If you don't know, we don't know. All right. Dan, if you could get back to me on that.
I'll get you that, Roy.
What was the length of the,
The length of the warranty.
Mr. Sourcewell?
Mike, just do me a favor, send that out in an email tomorrow if you can, please.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken. Any other comments from the public? All right, we'll close that one, please.
Item 7 is a resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase 2 new 2026 Nissan Frontier crew cabs for the lifeguards under a Sourcewell contract.
So this last item would authorize the city to purchase 2 Nissan Frontier crew cabs for use by the city's lifeguards. They would replace 2 vehicles that are 14 years old that I could personally attest to are failing and in extremely poor shape. This purchase would also be made through a Sourcewell cooperative agreement. Funds are available in the lifeguards machinery and equipment budget line. I do have Mike still here and Chief Borowski, who would be, I'm sure, happy to answer any questions. I will say that when we did a tour of the vehicles that were around the city, these were the 2 probably worst condition vehicles we have in the city that are still in operation.
Which they were 14 years old?
I believe they're 14 years old. Right, Mike, the 2 vehicles that we have now?
They're 2013s. We got them right after Sandy.
Almost 13 years old. But they're younger than the skid steer. So.
Rusted totally
I
threw
just
in
want,
the
you know, obviously the salt and the ocean does a tremendous amount of damage on the undercarriage.
Tell me about it.
That's
Yeah.
what it is. So, you know, even on these vehicles, you're not looking at the mileage, you're looking at the wear and tear on the undercarriage. And especially the emergency equipment, the lighting, the electrical system that's involved in that.
Got any idea how many miles are on those things?
Yes, actually. The one truck, 26, has 19,599 miles. The other one looking to replace, truck number 28, has 28,460.
It's like a true Long Beach car, right? Just rusts out. You
It's
don't-
mostly, it's idle time, and it's just the beach.
Yeah,
You
that
can't
cars
get around
like
the
that.
salt. You just can't.
I'm thinking that we can't do, I know one of them doesn't have a floor anymore.
That's for Fred Flintstone.
Yes. So, what, can we do anything with these vehicles? They go to a scrapyard, or is there any way to?
One of them we're definitely getting rid of. The other one, we are going to look to try to recycle through the city, but we will be eliminating another vehicle.
Okay.
They just cannot be used as emergency.
As
vehicles
is,
anymore.
right.
Just emergency vehicles, yeah.
So my quick question, so it's safe to say the lifespan on a new one now with maybe around 15 years, is that a good ballpark?
I mean, if we're going to keep it in the city fleet, yes. I would not recommend what we've been doing is keeping them until it basically falls apart, especially if it's an emergency response vehicle. And that goes for police, that goes for fire, and that goes for the lifeguards. We need that, you know.
So
we should
10
be
would be,
recycling
10 would be kind of a.
You know, and we could, you know, should be purchasing newer emergency response equipment and then recycling through the city and other departments.
Okay.
So I'll just add to that, George. The other thing that we're doing with the garage when we're buying new vehicles now is we're undercoating all the vehicles to make sure that we get a longer life out of them. The undercoating will significantly help with the abuse from the salt water.
That's the number 2, right, at the car wash, the undercoating?
No, this is it's almost like a painting underneath that really protects it. So I think the garage has been doing a great job of making sure that they figure out how to make these vehicles last longer.
idea.
I just wanted to know how many cars were in the lifeguard fleet. Is there only the 2, or is there several?
Well, we have the 4 pickup trucks that were replaced in Sandy, and then through the Carbona donation, we were able to get a couple of gators for more quicker response for the med techs out on the beach. But the trucks are primarily for emergency medical responses and after hours. I got caught one time where the truck broke down and it was in the garage. I had to ride my bike to an after-hours rescue, and I don't think I should be riding a bike to an after-hours rescue.
You should have told that to the Fox girl that time.
True.
That's a good lifeguard story,
100%.
especially Long Beach lifeguard story.
Always.
The best.
That's it.
Any other questions on the council? Public, yes.
What type of maintenance is done on these vehicles? I mean, I change my oil every so often. Are we doing that are we doing the undercoat painting more frequently than once?
I will tell you, and I'll let Mike Robinson tag along after this, what the garage has done over the last few years with keeping our vehicles running is above and beyond amazing. We're dumbfounded on how these trucks are still going with the work that the garage guys and Mike Robinson has doing for us.
So is there a planned maintenance?
I would say this is about the 3rd time we've undercoated the lifeguard trucks. It's very labor intense. You have to, you know, take out all the rust on the underbody. There are holes. We try to fill them with what we can. We have great welders in house, and then we paint them again. It's just, you know, you're fighting the beach, and it's they're on the sand all season, and it takes a toll on the vehicles.
And we do have a computer system that monitors the routine maintenance, and routine maintenance is done on all of our vehicles.
And regular maintenance like oil change, yes, that's all done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just wanted to stand up and, again, emergency vehicles. Working for the city and also being a former animal warden here in the city of Long Beach, I used to travel on the beach a lot. There was a truck, T6, T76. I used to have to get out of the truck, hit the starter for the car to start up. I used to be able to see the sand while I was...
Did it have a crank in the front?
No, I just used to have to hit it because the sand, that's what it used to do, corrode the underneath the vehicles. And then we had another vehicle on the same thing. So it may seem like, wow, 19,000, 28,000 miles, but again, as Mike was saying, Mr. Robinson was saying, huh?
It's a Long Beach car.
Yeah, well, but being on that beach is totally different,
Right,
you know, and
right.
Sometimes you have to, you know, drive maybe a little closer to the water, and so that is sticking up under the car. But like you said, they're doing maintenance to undercoat it. But I do know just from experience that animal control truck used to, we had to basically drive until it was falling down because it's not like the city was going to hurry up and get us a new animal control truck. We had rust everywhere. So again, I would encourage the city to continue doing those different maintenance things that they're doing, and I would ask the city to support this resolution to buy 2 new trucks, and if we can find some grants to be able to buy them some more, that would be great. There's always different grants out there that are looking to buy safety equipment for police and also for lifeguards. And so I would say continue looking for whatever we can to get the lifeguards and the fire department, whatever, or police department, our vehicles that do emergency services. If we can find grants for them, let's do it. So I'm just standing up in support of getting 2 new vehicles.
Thank you. Thanks. Any other comments or questions from the public? Okay, thank you very much. Thanks, guys. And, okay, we close that one. And we've run out of items.
Voting time.
Item number 1 is a resolution authorizing the city manager to purchase a time and attendance camera system. Who will introduce and move the item? You'd like to block vote and move what items? Councilmember Johnson? Yes. Councilmember Innes?
Yes.
Councilmember Reinhardt?
Yes.
Vice President Fiamara?
Yes.
President Finn?
Yes.
All right.
The city manager's personnel report has been filed by the city clerk. Who will make a motion to close the meeting?
I will.
Second? Councilmember Johnson? Yes. Councilmember Innes?
Yes.
Councilmember Reinhardt?
Yes.
Vice President Fiamara?
Yes.
President Finn?
Yes. Let's get to the fun part. I feel like you should have like music as you come up, Anna, with the box. Bob Barker too. You know.
Maybe I'm close enough for that.
No, you're not. Put this over here. Mike Markowitz.
Good evening, Mike Markowitz, 25 West Beach Street. I'm here tonight to talk about the code, section 107-A. I do have a copy of the code for everybody because I'm sure everybody here has memorized the Long Beach Code by now.
Yeah.
So the last October, there was a resolution. As you may or may not know, what happens is taxes are collected twice a year unless you hit a threshold. The threshold being $6,000. But then there was a resolution in October, and you raise it to $8,000, which is great. The problem is that everybody here assumes that the bank knows what they're doing. and the bank, and this is a legal term now, the banks are morons, all right? So what happens with the banks is that they all of a sudden, they turn around and they get a bill for the full amount, which would be $8,000 in January, but they think it's still biannual, and they say it's really $16,000, and the homeowners get hit now because there's a readjustment in escrow, because when you have a mortgage, most homeowners pay escrow, and then they readjust everything, and all of a sudden our taxes are through the roof. It happened to me. It happened to my neighbor across the street who's a first responder, and I know of other people it's happened to. Other jurisdictions, like the city of Glen Cove, do it twice a year, biannually. Villages do it annually. The city of New York does it quarterly. And this is my ask from you, okay? Just pick a date, whether it's biannual, period, or annual, period, and get rid of this $6,000 or $8,000 adjustment, because the banks don't get it, and it's hurting the homeowners. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mike. See, I thought I remembered sliding them that way to you, but it was this way, right? Okay. Roy Lester. Thank you.
Now, that must mean that you're taking from the bottom.
Actually, I get them the way they hand them to me.
Because I was the last one putting it in.
Actually, you weren't.
They were taking them up as I was writing. Okay, I have to...
I just take them the way they
Yeah,
hand
come
them
on, Finn, come on.
right.
You, what Mr. Markowitz said, and I know I advocated it when we voted on it, it really makes sense, and it doesn't really make sense to not have, to have two different categories or classes, those with over 8,000, those what used to be over 6,000 and stuff like that. I know at the time, I think, Dan, you brought it up, well, it creates, we don't get the money as fast, but, nobody ever came up with the amount of money that we would lose by doing it, by putting everybody on the annual payment schedule. And it really would help a lot of people in this town. It would make things uniform. And one of the best things about government is when you are uniform and people know what to expect. So, it's something that should be considered again. I mean,
I wonder how it would affect other people, though. I mean, some people may not, have the wherewithal to do that.
No, I'm saying biannual. Nobody would be hurt biannual. The people that are hurt right
Okay.
now are the ones that have to pay the whole thing, okay? So if it's biannual...
I thought Mike said pick a date, biannual or annual.
Well, biannual. It would hurt people if you decided to do it annually, no question about it.
And there was an
That's what I thought you
analysis.
meant.
There was an analysis done by the comptroller to see what effect it would have if we went to biannual for everybody. So she did a pretty good analysis of that.
I don't remember a number. Do you?
I don't have it off the top of my head now. We didn't know this was coming up, but there was an analysis done of it, and it was.
What would we lose?
It wasn't that long ago, right?
No, October.
It was October. And I think it was presented to the council at the time.
Ina Vrosnick, City Controller. There was an analysis done, and it was provided to all the city council, probably around August or September of 2025. I'll find that email and.
Because I don't remember a number. Do any of you guys remember
the number. I don't remember the number from the top of my head, and the number changes obviously because the number really is calculated based on the interest rate, but the finances and the cash flow of the city historically is based on majority of the taxes or a substantial portion of the taxes to be paid on July 1st.
We're making money on the money that we collect. You have told us that lots of times. We have money that we can basically not lend out, but we get interest on it. So it's not that the city wouldn't be able to operate because there is sufficient money there. I can understand if we're losing a large amount of money. I don't think the interest on those particular ones is that much, and nobody remembers the amount.
Maybe I can address that. This year budget, I think, again, from the top of my head, assumes almost $1 million of interest income. So while we're making money on the money, if we didn't have money in the bank that we would be making money on, right, we would have had to collect $1 million from the taxpayers.
But the people who have to pay it at the beginning of the year, they're losing interest. Okay? So let's be fair to everybody. That's all I'm saying. And Mr. Markowitz, you're right. You're completely right.
The issue is the banks. It's not you guys. It's the banks. The banks can't figure it out. The banks are used to a specific thing every time with every jurisdiction. Because we swap it out, the banks now think, oh, the tax is now doubled, and then we get hit when they recalculate the escrow.
Right.
And that's when we get hit.
So-
If you
so-
want to do it annual, do it annual. No.
Well, that's what I'm-
So
that's the
maybe
question.
I can address that. I know that when individual tax, it really happens only when you go over that threshold, right? When you go, it used to be over $6,000, now it's over $8,000. So in years past, I would have individual residents reach out to me and say, like, my taxes went up 50%. And upon analyzing their tax bills, I was able to provide them with the information that they in turn can communicate to their banks or mortgage companies, and their escrows would be adjusted. I also believe that we, from time to time, carry a message on our website, John, correct me if I'm wrong, that also alerts city taxpayers that, hey, if you see substantial increase in your escrow payments, please reach out either to the tax assessor's office or my office. I understand that it's a burden. Taxes are burden. I pay taxes. I don't like taxes, but it's a necessary evil, and that's how city, with its cash flow, was designed to operate. So we can change it to 2 times a year for everyone, obviously, with the vote, but that would require higher tax rate in order for us to operate.
My problem is we're the only jurisdiction that doesn't. We're it. They don't do it in Glen Cove. They don't do it in the city. They don't have this adjustment.
So maybe I can address that too.
So, all right, so we'll have this discussion, and you'll do another assessment, and we'll have a discussion with it. We'll come up with an answer. Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks. James Hodge, come on down.
James Hodge, I just wanted to thank this resident here who's given information. Maybe he would like to join the committee. We just asked for volunteers. Maybe he would like to join the committee or just come in and just speak with the city. Our new attorney, welcome back. Not new, but welcome back. And he seems like he's a plethora of information, so maybe he can come in. I don't know. He's volunteering now, giving us this information now. So thank him for that. I wanted to stand and rise and say thank you for yesterday. I am not on the board of the Martin Luther King Center. I was blessed to be able to volunteer for the Martin Luther King Committee, and it was a great weekend of events themed Mission Possible. I don't speak on behalf of the board. I speak as a resident, a taxpayer, and I was honored to volunteer with over about 40 volunteers. I'd like to thank all of the sponsors, Ms. Johnson and Hattrick Ray, Chief Patrick Ray, and all of the businesses in the city of Long Beach who helped make it happen. It was wonderful. It's over 300 people there, over 200 and some odd chairs, 2 bleachers. I guess the other 4 bleachers must have, I don't know where they were, but they're not at the center no more. They was there since 1980-something, since Mrs. Odom got them. But, you know, Mrs. Odom, just all of the volunteers. So, again, I stand up just to, you know, as a resident and a committee member that volunteered for that day, thank the board for allowing us to volunteer, and thank again the sponsors that helped make such a beautiful day happen in Long Beach. Thank the city, Phil, and the city manager, and Carrie Troy, and you. Your speech was good. Thank you very much for that, and I appreciate
I've been
the city
watching you,
council.
so,
Hey,
yeah.
thank you, city council that came, Mr. Ennis and Tracy. Thank you all for being there. It's wonderful, like you said, when we can come together from all over this city.
That's right.
And recognize and unite to remember such a great American. And in many other ways, too. Let us continue to unite, to do whatever we can to benefit the city. Like you said, no matter which party you may be in. During the election, I go for my team. I go for whoever I want. But when people get elected, you have to work with our city officials that represent all of us, or should represent all of us. All right, so again, thank you for that, and let us continue, because I will continue coming back to push you to do what you got to do. You hold the torch right now, and it is our city, and my time didn't run out, so I'm just talking. There we go. So again, let us continue to diversify and get African Americans on these different boards.
I know you secretly voted for me. I know that because. It was a great day. It was a great day yesterday. I enjoyed it very much. Thank you. And we'd like to thank Sheena, who runs the Martin Luther King Center. She's chairman of the board. Is Sheena here tonight? How could I forget you in that pink hat? Yeah, thank you very much for everything you do at the MLK Center, and that was a great day. Ron Paganini.
Ron Paganini, Long Beach. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Ron.
Listen, as you know, well, you don't know, I've been here since 2018, coming up to here. I ran for council. It didn't work out, but you know what? I made a pledge to myself that if I find things out that are outrageous or blunderous, I would bring it up here. Okay, you know, frivolous things don't bother me. You know what I mean? You know, but so I'm going to continue now. So I just want to let everybody know that Trump canceled all offshore wind farms for 90 days to review all the permits that were given to Empire 1 and 2 and the southern farms. And they're reviewing these permits, and it seems like they weren't given out properly. The Mammal Act, you have the radar thing now that would interfere with, so there's a lot of things. So I just want to let everybody know, the council and the people, you know, of the city. You should know this. Next. So I want to bring this up so everybody on the council knows what's going on and the people. This is, you know, I felt bad about this for many years. It's our water supply. You know, the Lloyd Aquifer. And, you know, I spoke to the manager about it. You know, for 30 years, the city ignored the experts. So that's why it's running out, basically, you know. The salt water could take over because we're pumping too much water. So, like I said, I spoke to the manager about a solution, you know, that can reverse and actually replace and replenish the aquifer. So the manager knows about it, and I'm sure that everybody here would want to save the aquifer. This would be the biggest blunder of the city of Long Beach. Besides many blunders, you know what I mean? That destroyed us in taxes and everything. We cannot let this go. And to me, it's simple. I can't explain it. I don't have the time. But asked Dan exactly what I said, you know, and he said he would look into it. And I can't ask for answers right now because it takes a little time. There is a solution. In other words, not to pump too much water out of it and refill it with another water source to us. So he'll explain exactly. This was a dream of mine that basically it can work. It's unbelievable, but he'll let you know. But next meeting, you know, I want to talk about the housing fraud blunder. It's over. You guys basically finished it off and fixed it, okay? You know, to the tune of $1.7 million in deficit. I happen to get the report from HUD, okay? And you just can't believe what it said. You should have the report. You should get that report. I can get anything. You know, everything's black market in Long Beach, whatever you want. It's pretty, just give me another few seconds. You know, and what I'm trying to do with this council is that it should never happen again. So the question to the council is, what are we going to do that it would never happen again? You know, because what happened went on since 2015 to 2024. And every administration besides you guys let it go, which is incredible. The fraud.
They don't have term limits in Long Beach?
Well, in other words, the director, yeah, but I'm saying the director is appointed by the city.
Yes.
What happened was people were telling the city managers and everything that there was something going on there that was like, you know, stealing. They weren't paying their rent. But they did nothing. But you guys stepped up to the bat. I brought it to your attention more and more, and you fixed it. HUD got involved. So what I'm trying to say is, you guys are gone or whatever, what can we do to fix it and put it in our charter? The state that we do have a responsibility, a fiduciary responsibility. You know, it doesn't say it in there, but it's a municipal state law, New York State law that we do. So I'm just saying, think about next time I come up and maybe can explain how you think it should never happen again. It will never happen again.
That's a good question.
All right?
Yes.
All right, so have a good night.
Thank you, Ron. Nora Egan.
While she's coming up, I just want to say, President, the commissioner and the fire chief were excellent and helped a lot. I needed to say that with one.
Thank you. Thank you, James.
Sorry.
He's right there. They're both there.
Nora
Good
Egan,
evening.
welcome. Thank you. Best of luck to you too. So at the January 6th meeting, you guys passed the resolution to hire Mr. Kalninsky. There is just some errors in there that wasn't noted during the passing of the resolution. So it's Section 2, Section 14, and the signature line. They've all incorrect dates. So it's January 8, 2025, and then January 8 again, 2025, and then Mr. Kalninsky signed it 1/2/25.
It was effective January 8th, my appointment. They voted to approve the employment agreement, but I only came on board effective
In
January.
2025,
No, 26.
but it says 2025.
It's a Scrivener's error. I mean, it doesn't invalidate what happened.
No, I know, but usually the errors are corrected before the resolutions are passed.
Okay.
That's the only thing I was pointing out.
Was it?
That's it.
Want me to fire him?
No. I didn't mean to get scolded. I was
You're
just
fired.
pointing it out.
We'll correct the error.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nora. Jacob Spielberg. Tonight?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Jacob Spielberg, 533 East Market. This is about my fourth time up here, first time new council members, welcome. I've spoken about issues like obstructed views at corners, illuminated signage violations that lower our property values and quality of life, and more recently I've mentioned the non-existent mercantile license enforcement going on. But I'm actually here tonight to talk about something new, if you could believe it, and it's our mixed residential paper recycling program.
Say that again, I'm sorry.
Our paper recycling program?
Okay.
Okay. The schedule of every other week picking up paper and cardboard is not working. We could see that households are just bringing cardboard out to the street Monday. Even if there's cardboard recycling on Wednesday, they're just throwing out all the paper they can throw out, all the cardboard they can throw out. If it happens to fall on recycling day, they're getting rid of it, but otherwise, we're just throwing it into the trash. We have an agreement with the town of Hempstead, right? And you can correct me if I'm wrong.
You're right.
We
You're
pay
correct.
$94 per ton that we dispose of, trash. And then when we bring them mixed paper, we pay $0. Is that correct?
Correct.
So let's just do a little bit of math. 2024, okay, this was from a Town of Hempstead Municipal Solid Waste Annual Report to New York State DEC. They said we gave them 18,000 tons of waste, okay, in 23 and 24, around 18,000 tons.
I believe we signed a contract with them in '25. So we didn't bring anything to town.
Do you
of
know how many
Hempstead.
tons of waste we...
Off the top of my head, no.
So in 24, we were with Omni?
We were with District 1, which is over in Inwood. Yep.
Okay. So does anyone here have any read on the tonnage of waste?
Off the top of my head, no.
Okay, so let's roll with
If you
this.
send me an email, I'll
Yeah,
I'll
so-
get the information to you.
Let's roll with this solid waste annual report of 18,000. And then in 23, New York State did a waste characterization study that they basically estimated 16% of clean paper and cardboard is mixed in with the trash. $94 times 16% of 18,000 tons, blah, 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 blah. $267,000 of paper that we're letting bleed into the trash. We're paying $267,000 to throw away stuff that we could be throwing away for $0. Now, if you think operating pickup every 14 days for cardboard is the best way to get the maximum amount of cardboard out of the waste and paper out of the waste, it doesn't make sense to me. We can see that it's overflowing into the trash, okay? If we were to, there's so much to say, but one, we could stop, on plastic recycling day, sanitation guys look at cardboard. If someone makes a mistake and brings out cardboard, do they take it on plastic recycling day?
Well, the truck covers plastic, it doesn't cover paper, so.
So they stare at cardboard on plastic day, they say, I can't take that, is that correct? Yeah, they don't take cardboard on plastic recycling day, that's correct. So if someone puts it out by accident, it's not taken. They use their eyes, they don't take the cardboard. On regular sanitation day, the same sanitation worker looks at a big piece of stacked boxes of cardboard, okay, he throws them, instead of leaving them there, saying this is for recycling, he puts them in the trash, okay? It's the same behavior, it's the same. So we could be already, without any change to the schedule, filtering out cardboard, okay, not taking it, putting it into the trash, okay? Our Instagram account has 11,000 followers. That's a third of the city's population. You did 800 posts in 2025. Did you mention recycling paper or promote recycling paper once? Did you mention the recycling program even once? Did you mention Posh Pets 1,000 times?
No.
No, because there's 800 posts.
So definitely not 1,000 then,
Yeah,
correct?
that's true. But we didn't mention the recycling program. We're not educating everyone. We're not telling them that when you throw cardboard away, you're raising your own taxes. Okay? So if we were to capture even 30% of this 18% or 16%, that's $80,000. If by doubling the pickup schedule, you don't think we can capture 30% and $80,000 and cover the cost of the additional truck or labor or whatever it is, let's say it's a break even, it's still a win for the city.
I got to say, I don't like the way it's done. I'm not criticizing the pickup people. It's the system.
I can go over.
We're encouraging people to throw away cardboard and paper and not to recycle it. That's what we're doing. We're creating an artificial ceiling where we can't recycle any more than,
I disagree for many reasons, and I could go over it when we meet in a week.
Yeah.
I think we have a meeting a week from Friday. There's a lot of things wrong with your argument, but I can make it. I understand that there is paper that ends up in our trash, but I could explain a lot of things that's wrong with that. First of all, you started out with, on Monday, right before the trash is picked up on Wednesday, paper recycling, people are throwing out paper. So I don't think the more frequent pickup will change people's behavior. Now, there are
because
things
the
that...
paper's
if
overflowing.
you
They,
let me
they
finish.
know they need to get rid of it.
Okay.
They know they need to get rid of it. And they know that if they put it out, it gets taken. If you don't take it, they won't put it out.
Okay.
But are you arguing that there's
No, I'm
money
not
to
going to
be-
argue with
no,
you at
no, I'm
all
saying,
right now.
Are
At
you
all
stating
anymore.
that there's
I tried to just say something. You talked over me, so we'll talk when I see you. I have no desire to go into a back and forth with you right now on this.
But you're disagreeing that
I'm disagreeing with
that
a lot of your
I think
arguments.
it's,
A lot of it.
You guys are going to have a personal meeting, right?
No, the meeting is not even about this.
I think it's
Well, you
scheduled
can make
for...
it about
The
it.
meeting is not about this, and I'm not going to
Okay.
talk about this in the meeting. It's about something else.
Okay, then don't. Thank you.
Punch the numbers. And I think the city would love to have their paper picked up more often.
Thank you. Christina Kramer.
Good evening. I'll be brief tonight. Thank you, Ron Paganini, for bringing up that President Trump halted the wind projects, particularly Equinor. However, a U.S. District Court on January 16th issued a preliminary injunction against the order, and Empire Wind is actually out in the ocean building as we speak. The judge said, and I quote, "That would cause the company to suffer irreparable harm that threatens Empire Wind's entire existence." So for some reason, the judge is very protective of this government of Norway-owned company that's here to cause damage to our ocean. So the other things I wanted to talk about were that I wanted to thank you, George, for taking my call about the battery energy storage system meeting in town of Hempstead. You took the initiative and sent in a letter from the city of Long Beach, and at that meeting, it was read aloud that you submitted a letter in support of the moratorium. However, the moratorium is on a hold. I don't know why. We all thought it was passed, but it's...
Either you have a moratorium or you don't, right?
Yeah, they're reconsidering and taking in, I think they're waiting on Nelson Pope Voorhees' report, but I'm not sure what they were doing for the last 6 months or year, because it's supposed to be that you get a moratorium to do something, and they've pretty much done nothing, which I will be reporting that back to them at the next meeting. And then the final thing that I wanted to mention was that you have on your website an entire page of wind and some of the petitions and what's going on with Empire Wind, that it was 147 turbines. It's a little outdated. I would love to have you update it. And right now there is an Action Network organization letter. It's opposition to ORES, that's the Office of Renewable Energy Siting and Transmission, and the Rapid Act. I would think that the city would get behind this opposition letter, because if the Rapid Act succeeds, then Kathy Hochul can take your home rule whenever she damn well feels like it. And it's not just about wind. It's which she can take it and override municipal authority on many other issues. So I would think that would be something that the city would get involved with. Maybe put it on your website and on your Facebook page, which gets a lot of interest. And welcome, Mr. Kalnitsky.
Thank you, Ms. Kramer.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night.
Thank you, Christina. Kathleen O'Leary.
Kathleen O'Leary, Long Beach. First, I'd like to thank you for putting the clock on City Hall to the right time. I look out on it, and I like it that way.
Yeah, the professor and Marty.
Previous to 2026, there was a lot of back and forth about noise from West End bars. And there was also, I got the impression that our noise ordinances are not in step with the noise ordinances of the towns around us. And my question is, we have taxpayers who are paying taxes and being annoyed by this music constantly. Is that going to get dropped now, or is something going to happen with that? Because John Bendo did a lot of work on it. The previous corporate counsel seemed to be slow walking it. And what's going to happen now?
I'm going to I'm going to ask our corporation counsel to speak for a second, but my own comment is this. Our noise ordinance is in good shape. You could explain it better than I can.
I mean, the noise ordinance has been around some time. Before I ever worked for the city, it made its way through the state courts and the federal courts, challenging various parts of it as unconstitutional, amongst other things. And both times, courts have reviewed the ordinance and said it's a good ordinance, you're fine.
However, taxpayers are being affected by noise,
If
and
we
it's not covering the wants of the neighbors.
If we change
I understand what you're saying.
If we change the ordinance, then now it's subject to all sorts of court challenges again, and it would do more harm to Long Beach than keeping what we have, and what we have is a good ordinance.
Okay, I'm not really familiar with it, but, there's been multiple people that are complaining about the noise.
Not
from
multiple.
There's
Yes.
so the noise ordinance, just so you know, there's two parts of it, at least the last time I looked at it. One that says you can't make any unreasonable noise, which is kind of a nebulous type of thing, but then there's a whole other schedule of decibel readings that you take that, if I remember correctly, are more or less consistent with what noise ordinances are in other places. So as far as the decibel readings.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Wanda Brooks?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Healthy, happy New Year to all.
Happy New Year.
I have a few questions. Okay. I missed here and there city council meetings, so I don't. I looked on the city's page. I didn't see anything about the North Shore infrastructure. Is that project finished?
No, it's still in a pause. We're having some issues with FEMA. We do have a appeal in right now, and we're waiting for a response. So we've had one appeal rejected, and there's been another appeal put in.
What's our problem with FEMA? We can't talk about it, or there?
It is. There's a few problems. Some of it I could talk to, some of it I can't. But they are not reimbursing us as quickly as what we need, and we need that money in order to move forward. There are some design changes that need to be approved, and when we put in a change of a change order, basically, so to speak, it takes about 6 months for the process to go through before they approve it. And until that's approved, we can't really move forward with the design changes. So we're waiting for those approvals to come through so we could finish a big chunk of the work that's outstanding.
Are they our design changes, or they have something to do with Long Island Railroad's area of design changes?
Some of it's our changes more due to situational type of items, such as utilities that are in there. We have a change at the bridge due to equipment that was used that didn't fit under the bridge. There's some changes over at the Long Island Railroad due to a change in how they laid out the tracks. And then I believe there's a change over at Monroe that needs to be approved, some jet routing, et cetera. So they are changes of ours that were not in the original drawings, but they're based on the situations of what we have out there. So we have to unfortunately wait for their approvals, and it's not moving as fast as we'd like it to move.
Of course. Okay. And my next question was, do we know if Long Island Railroad's going to do anything to the back of the building? Which they should have started there first.
It's
That's
interesting you
that's
say
right.
that. So they did the front. I complained that they stopped at the front and showed them pictures of the sides compared to the front. So they did the sides. And unfortunately, I didn't then take another picture of the back to say, you would figure if you showed them the sides weren't done, if they continued to the sides, they'd do the back. So we are talking to them about everything. They do have in their capital plan to redo the entire station. It's finally actually moving forward, it looks like, but that could be still 2 to 3 years away. It's, I believe, in their 5-year capital plan, but not this one, the one that starts in 2030. I believe it's 2030, John? 27? 27, so that's even better. Yeah, 27 to 32, I'm sorry, it's a 5-year capital plan. So they will be redoing the whole thing, including the canopies, the steel, a lot of what the public sees. I don't like it, and we voiced our opposition to the Long Island Railroad, and that's the first thing people see when they come into our community is and the front isn't seen as much as the back.
Correct.
Because that's
Back
where the
is
people are
horrible.
getting on and off
Yeah.
the train.
Yeah.
So we are having conversations with them, and I believe I believe one of the guys from Long Island Railroad's actually speaking at the chamber, and we're going to go and have a few more conversations with them.
Okay, and my last question was that we settled the settlement with the Ricky Joshua Benny settlement. So how are we paying for that?
There's, the insurance company is covering the bulk of the costs, but the city's portion is going to be paid out of a judgment and claims line in the Corporation Counsel's office. I think that's the plan for right now.
Oh, okay, for right now.
Yeah. It might change. I can't commit to it. I don't even know what the amount is because the attorneys have to submit their final legal bill, which we have to pay. And that's part of the calculus of who's paying what, so.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I thought you'd be at the last meeting when we renewed you on the board.
Yes, yes. Why didn't y'all do it Tuesday?
We did.
No, but I mean, we didn't take our pictures and all Tuesday.
Everybody wants a picture, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wanda.
Okay, Wanda. Mindy Dovberg. Always.
This makes me happy. Hi.
Me too.
Happy New Year to all of you. This is my first meeting. Welcome, George and Tracy
Thank
and
you.
Greg. Good to see all of you. So I have 3 things I want to discuss. Someone just told me we're going to have maybe snow on Sunday. Just want to make sure that you guys, plow out the handicap spots, please. It's really, really important. And the second thing I wanted to discuss is the 2 people who were hit tragically on Park. As someone that walks outside at night wearing a reflector jacket, I just am curious if they were jaywalking, if they were walking in the crosswalk. I mean, everyone in Long Beach jaywalks. We all do it. The way I do it is I have to get the person's eye contact before I even go. I was just curious if you can just share, because I don't know.
Commissioner's here.
Hi.
Sorry, Mindy, I didn't hear you. I was having a conversation, but that's my fault. I apologize.
I was just wondering, the 2 people who lost their lives fatally from the accidents, were they jaywalking? Were they in the crosswalk?
It's an unfortunate accident. Unfortunately, they were crossing outside of a crosswalk in the middle of the block.
In the middle of the block, like
Yeah.
we all do?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mindy. And that's all the contestants we have for tonight. So thank you, everybody, for coming out. Please try to stay warm, and if it snows, be careful. Have a great night and arrive home safely.
He called me Ennis last